This is a little sparkle, welcome everyone. We all are teachers, we know it's hard to educate our kids and make them face real problems, to put together our strength and give them all our knowledge. My fellow friends, let's talk about it. We are here to talk and make it better. Kids and mental health all matter. Little Sparkle, the podcast for educators.
Hey there, and welcome back to Leave a Little Sparkle. In today's episode, you're going to meet a young lady that has decided to change her career path, even though it wasn't something she ever thought she would do. We'll also talk about some do's and some don'ts, and how to really enjoy or find a way to enjoy your teaching position. We all got into this position for a reason. Some of us, it was the allure of summers off and the idea that maybe we can make a difference. Some of us just always knew that this was our calling. Doesn't mean we don't have bad days, doesn't mean we don't have good days, but it just means that we all started somewhere. So I hope that you enjoy this episode, and without further ado, please welcome Skylar Schultz. So, Skylar, welcome to LALS, Leave a Little Sparkle. This is the podcast. So, how's teaching going?
It's been an interesting first week.
So, a little background for everybody who's listening. This is Skylar's first ever week being like the teacher, not just like helping out. So, day 3 for her. Bless her heart.
I was going to say it would be day 4, but day 2 we had food poisoning.
Yeah, day 2 was unexpected for everybody.
Yep.
But we've almost made it through a full week.
Barely.
Let's talk about your highs and your lows. So what have been your highs and what have been your lows?
I think highs are probably like the kids, 90-ish% of the time, really good.
That's
very
all
like
teaching.
Involved. Like good kids. We all have that one class that we're like,
Yes.
gotta go.
And there's usually always that one kid in that class that like
I don't think I
when
had,
they're
like,
absent.
I don't think it is though, because I
Really?
think like collectively the whole class is like we're all friends. We all want to talk to each other.
Yes.
And I'm
that
like-
class that's like, you moved my seat, but I love everybody here.
Yeah.
So what
Like
does that do?
they just do not stop talking.
Yeah. Here's my thing. Like, I was that kid that I would talk to the wall. Like, I would talk to everybody.
I mean, same.
So I...
But I also knew like if the teacher's teaching, like shut your mouth.
True. But I also, like, passed notes and...
Oh, I was not that kid.
Oh. Well...
I
you
did not
followed
want to
them.
get in trouble. I was like, these are the rules. I followed them. Like the worst thing I did in school was probably chew gum.
Oh, see, I never chewed gum because I didn't...
Oh,
I
I
didn't
always had to
want
have
anything-
like something. Like
Oh,
very
yeah.
fidgety kid, and
Well-
fidgets weren't a thing when I was in school,
Right.
so it was gum.
That's why I would play with my pencils. Like, I got
Oh, I
really
did
good
that
at
too.
making my pencil look like it was rubber. You remember that back in the day that you would, like, move it really fast and it looked like it was
Yes.
weight. And then when I got to high school, it was clicking the pen.
Oh, I've always done that.
Yeah.
I still do it now.
And it drives me nuts when other people do it, but when I do it, then I'm okay with it.
I don't think it drives me nuts when other people do it because I know I do it, and I'm like, but I've gotten to the point where like I catch myself doing it because I know other people find it annoying, so I stop
Right?
because I don't want to be that person.
Well, nobody wants to be that person that annoys other people. Like, I don't think anybody goes into life going, let me annoy everybody. Okay, so welcome back, Skylar. Glad you're here. We started our recording, at the beginning of the day prior to day 3 being completed. And we're now here at the end of day 3. And I know I'm much more tired. How are you feeling now?
I definitely need a nap and a coffee just to balance that out.
I would say both, like, for sure.
There's not an and or like either or. No, it's both.
It's both. And that coffee's not gonna, like, keep me awake.
No.
No.
It's just to mellow me out a little bit.
So you make
and then I
it to
can go to
bedtime.
bed.
So, okay, so have you heard people say there's no tired like teacher tired?
Yes, and I don't think I really got it. It's a thing.
It's a thing. And I wish more people got it. Like, I mean, I know your relationship's fairly new, and so you may not have this, but like at the beginning of the school year, every year, I go home and I pass out on the couch. And my husband, your uncle,
Yes.
goes, "Why do you do this every year?" And I'm like, "I'm exhausted."
Yeah.
And he just has no idea.
Because you like get the summer off to like
Yeah.
relax.
I mean, as much as you can
I was
running
like,
after a
there
kid.
There were quotes about it.
There, well,
there-
people can't see us.
I was like, I tried to inflect in the voice. But then you have to go back into like that routine, and
Yeah.
even like having time off from like a vacation or school, you still have to put your body back in the routine, and like getting back into the routine of things is exhausting.
Yes.
But once you get in the routine, it's like you're ready to go.
I mean, yes and no. Like,
I'm a routine person. I live in a routine.
I wish I was more routine. I'm very like all over the place.
I mean, also same, but there's like certain things where I know I do this every Monday, every Sunday.
Well,
So.
I definitely wish I could do that more. But I'm glad you brought up the summers thing, because that was something I wanted to talk to you about. Like, what do you think are misconceptions about teachers? Like, I know of one at least, like, that we're glorified babysitters and that we're lucky we get summers off.
Absolutely. I think the like lucky that you get summers off is totally a thing, but I feel like most teachers had like second jobs, so then over the summer they just work more at the second job. Like most teachers don't take the summer of 3-ish months and go fly around the country.
Most
do
can't
all of
afford that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you kind of brought this up, like we were talking earlier in the week, but you brought this up about how, like, you want to make sure you leave your contract hours. You want to
Yes.
be here at your contract hours, you want to leave at your contract hours.
Yes.
But how many cars do you see in the parking lot still when you leave? Like, if
At
you're
least 10.
at least 10. And
And I've been leaving at 4 every week, so that's still past my
Past,
contract
yeah.
hours. But I'm still like getting in the hold of things.
right. I remember my first year teaching, I would get there at 6 because at that point they would give us a key. Like my first school, they would give me a key and I had the alarm code. So I could get there at 6. I was there before the custodian and I didn't leave until 6 because I was still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And like I had no resources, I had no help, and I had a principal that was like breathing down my neck.
Love that for you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, but I also had a husband that worked evenings. And
Yeah.
so it was like, what do I have to go home for? Like, I could be
Right.
working on this. So,
Yeah.
but I also threw myself into teaching.
Yes.
Were
Which I feel
you,
like most teachers, like, another probably, I don't know if it's a misconception, but like thought process in my head is like if you went to school to be a teacher, that's like where you feel your heart is, you're going to like go in and go like show up early, stay super, super late. And like I didn't go to school for teaching. It
Right.
wasn't what I was like, oh yeah, this is what I'm meant to do. I just love kids.
Yeah.
I don't get the instructional side. It's not how my brain works. So I'm like, how can I make these kids understand this process?
yeah,
We'll get there as long as my focus is the kids.
yeah. Well, but
So-
see, I think that's unique, and I like that because I feel like a lot of people go into it of like, you know, I'm going to be a super teacher, I'm going to be a Pinterest teacher, so they go in thinking about how they're going to teach,
Yeah.
and they don't go in thinking about the kids.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. I want to be a Pinterest teacher. Like, I have the TikTok saved. I've changed my TikTok to be like on the teacher side of TikTok, so I get all the inspo.
You know, I'm on TikTok now as
Yes,
Little
I think
Sparkle.
so.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm totally with you on that.
No, I want to be like that Pinterest teacher type person, and like I love the
Well, your room is coming together nicely.
outfits.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So like
Yes,
that's a
you're
goal, don't get me wrong, but the kids are the priority.
OOTD for sure. Outfit of the day.
Once
You
we
can't
build the
see
closet,
her.
we're gonna get there.
You can't see her, but she even has the emojis to like the aesthetic is real.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so like misconceptions, obviously. Here's, we talked about teachers are here late. Like,
Yes.
they're working more than their contracted hours.
Yes.
So I feel like we earn those summers.
Oh, absolutely. Because, like, my thing is, yeah, I could stay in my classroom and do the work, but also I would rather go home because we are given laptops, we're given
Yeah.
the same resources. I have internet at my house.
Right.
I'll just go home and do the work in my
100%.
pajamas.
Yes, in my bed. Yes. With my show going.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
And like 100%, like I haven't moved out into my own place yet, but just future vision of like just going
Well,
home.
your bedroom is definitely Pinteresty.
Thank you. But like going home and being able to like sit on
Yeah.
the cozy couch with my nice cup of coffee or like
Right.
a warm dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely nice, like, having the flexibility of working on what we need to at home.
Yes, because I think probably when you first started teaching, I don't know if they were giving you guys laptops to take home.
We had them, but we could not access, like, right now we have a platform that allows
Yes.
us to access all these things at home.
Yeah.
And, like,
That
I
wasn't a
didn't-
thing when you
No,
started.
I definitely didn't have that when I started.
So I think that's another thing of like the resources are definitely changing for
Yeah.
teachers to be more like teacher friendly.
Yeah. Well,
which
and
is a huge
all our kids
a
are
huge
one-to-one
thing.
devices now.
yes.
So a lot of, like, the time we would have spent making copies,
yeah,
now we're throwing it on their online platform.
yeah,
So that's definitely saving us some time.
yeah. Which I'm very excited to get a hold of
Yes.
eventually.
Yeah, because you're
They
still
have-
making copies.
I'm still making copies, and I don't have a printer at home, so I have to like put it on a flash drive, connect it
Right.
to the printer, like old school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we're working on it. And the laptop isn't even assigned to me yet. So I don't even feel right about like taking it home. So I'm like, what can I do from my laptop so that I can bring it in tomorrow and print it during my planning period while I have
Yeah.
4 people coming in my room being like, how are you? How's your
Right.
first week? Trying to be helpful. And I'm like, can everyone please leave?
Well, yeah, because you have to get your feet, like,
Yes, and I'm the type of
in-
person that, like, yes, I greatly appreciate your help, but, like, I want to figure out where my,
Yeah.
like, feet fit
Mhm.
before I'm like, okay, next step. And
Right.
people can help me take those steps, but I need to figure out where my feet fit.
well, you're good about asking for it when you're ready for the
Yes.
next step help. But I think, I don't know, like, this is probably the first school I've ever worked at that there's so many people that want to help.
Yes.
They're
Which is
so helpful.
stellar.
Yeah.
Like, super excited about it.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, I need to breathe. I've been here
Right.
3 days, and I'm like, y'all are trying to give me so much stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just overwhelming. Like as a first year teacher, especially coming in half the year, like
yeah.
everybody knows the students, and I'm like, hey, ma'am, in the back with the wand,
Yeah.
can you please?
Yeah.
So
Well, I told you my hack is everybody's
Yes, your
numbered.
numbers.
I literally number, and that's how I start the school year is like I give everybody a number.
you'll
and
learn them.
Yeah, eventually you'll learn their name and stuff, but like I'll give everybody a number and that's their number.
Yeah.
And like I may not know how they, because I don't like to go to the old teachers and find out how they work because I feel like
No.
that's not, I'm a different teacher than their past teacher was.
Yes. And a lot of my kids have tried to be like, give me the inside of like,
Uh-huh.
so and so's a bad kid, so and so's a bad kid,
Which-
or stuff like this. And I'm like, I will find out how they behave for me, how
Yeah.
they behave. And even as a student, when I was in other classes,
Mm-hmm.
I would have classes with the same student. They were great in some classes and putrid to be around in other classes.
Right. Well, I think that
It
just
depends on the teacher and it depends on
Yes.
the people they're around.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It definitely depends on the teacher.
Yes.
Because like there's kids, and I don't know why, but like the bad, and I'm using air quotes, but the bad kids, because I don't think there's a bad kid. I think
No.
there's like crappy situations.
Yes.
But those kids always gravitate towards me because the first thing I want is I want to reach them as a person.
Yes.
So, but then there's other teachers that like, no, I'm here to teach you. But for me, like, I can get to that kid if I get to them as a person
Yeah.
first. So, but to each their own. Like, if it's better for you to do it that way, but that child may not resonate with you.
Correct.
So,
Because, like, there's people that, like, I've worked with or I've been in classrooms with or just interacted with where I'm like, you are a super nice person, but we don't connect. Like, we do
Right.
not mesh well together. Like, I don't not like you, but I don't want to be around you because
Yeah.
we're very different.
right. Well, and I think
And
like
not-
our
not in a
human
negative way.
experience makes us want and need different things.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's probably kids in here like that I connect with because they've been through trauma. I've been through trauma, and like it's almost like we see each other
Yes.
and we hear each other and we're there for each other. Okay, so I haven't told you this yet, but this podcast episode is going to be called Teaching is Hard.
Teaching is hard.
And especially like I feel like after today, I'm whooped and I'm tired, and I know we've already talked about that, but so the theme is teaching is hard. And so I have two major questions for you. I'm going to give them both to you and you can just like run with them.
Okay.
You ready for them? So, what perks made you want to take this position, and what is it you wish you knew before you did?
I don't know if there's anything that I wish I knew prior to taking the position.
Okay.
Like, I feel like since you were already here and we have we obviously have a relationship outside of teaching,
Right.
you gave me a good insight on like the school and everything, so I knew a good amount of things. But I think, and I don't know if these are just perks, I think they're just things that I aspire to like be.
Okay.
Like, I want to be more of a morning person, so I can like get up and get started at my day. And like my last job, I did not have to be in the office until 9.
See, and I wish I didn't have to be here till 9.
And at one point she wasn't like super hard on me for like my punctuality.
Yeah.
So then I just got very like, I kind of get there when I get there. And like
Right.
I was also going through a struggle of even being in the office environment.
Right.
So I was like, I don't really care when I get there. So sorry if she listens.
Well, I mean, if you're
but-
not called out for punctuality, you're not gonna be punctual. Like
Yeah,
that's
and like she
it's
did in the
human
beginning, and I
experience.
kind of fixed it, and then I started like lagging back again, and she
Right.
never
Corrected you again.
Corrected, and I was like, all right, like if I'm not gonna be in trouble for it, why am I gonna fix it?
Right.
But then I know
Just
that,
like kids.
Yeah, I know that I have to be here at 7:45 because my kids have to go in my room, and I have to start my day.
Yeah.
So like I have to be up by 6:30, so I can leave my house by 7, so
Yeah.
I can be here by 7:30, so that I'm not walking my class at the same time the kids are.
Yeah.
So that I have a second to breathe before my kids show up.
Super frustrating for me as a mom that has to drop her child off before I can come to work.
Yes.
Because I'm walking in when they're walking in.
Yes.
And I hate it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that's like a plus and a minus because
Yeah.
I'm not a morning person at all. Anyone who knows me personally knows that I'm like, if I could sleep till 2 in the afternoon and then start my day like at 7 a.m., I would.
That's a family trait though.
Yes.
Your whole family is that way.
I'm aware. But I'm trying to like be better because like I see
You definitely like being able to get up early and
being forced to get up
being
early.
forced. You don't want to do it on your own.
I definitely don't like willingly do it. This morning was a struggle because I'm very much so like a night owl person.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the gym at like 7 last night and left at like 8:30, was home by 9, showered in bed by like 10.
Oh, you're pushing it.
And like sleeping by like 10:30, I think.
Uh-huh.
And this morning was a struggle.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this?
Yeah. Well, and I told you at the beginning of the week, like, you're gonna be tired because your brain, it is proven that teachers make more split-second decisions than surgeons.
I believe
Like,
it.
so when we're using our brain that much, we're gonna be tired. And
Yeah.
and as the week goes on, I don't know if you feel this, but as the week goes on, I get tired, like more tired.
Yes.
I was gonna say tireder, but that's not
That's
proper
not
grammar.
correct.
And this is a podcast for teachers, so I can't go
Yeah.
that route. But yeah, I definitely get more tired. Then I need the weekend to recoup and
Yes.
recharge. And
Yeah.
there's some weekends that I just want to sleep the entire weekend.
About that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and prior to me having Xander, I would look at people who had kids as a teacher and I'd be like, how? How
And
do you
now
go
you
from
wonder?
this? Well, now I'm like, how am I surviving?
How is this a thing?
Caffeine.
Yes.
Well, okay, but on the caffeine front, I definitely know that I need to like loosen up on the caffeine because I have this eye twitch that's been starting.
Yeah.
And when when I stop drinking caffeine or I have like less for a day, all of a sudden the eye twitch is gone.
Yeah.
I always blame the kids though. I tell them you're making my eye twitch.
I mean, they're not going to know the difference.
No.
I am also a caffeine junkie. It's so bad.
Yeah.
My office job, we joked that you have to drink Starbucks to work there. And we would make full-on Starbucks runs for the whole office. Like,
Oh, wow.
First thing in the morning, after lunch, before there were days we had like 2-3 Starbucks runs
Wow, that's expensive.
for iced coffee. Yeah.
That is an expensive hobby right there.
She literally has it worked in the budget.
Wow. Wow.
So-
Well, you know what? I will say, there you go, school board. That's what we need. We need coffee worked into our budget.
Yes. So big like iced coffee drinker, and just having my classroom, I don't have like access to iced coffee as
Yeah.
normal, and I have not gotten like a fridge to put in my room
Right.
to put like my bottle iced coffee that like I have at home.
Like Stoke or...
Yes,
Yeah.
Stoke is my favorite. The
Yeah,
green bottle.
it's a good one. Yeah.
10 out of 10 with a little bit
Well,
of creamer.
You know,
My
I
favorite.
have a fridge.
I know, but it's
But
just,
I might drink
have
your
to-
coffee.
Well, not my main concern. It's just trying to figure out how to get like the coffee from your fridge, which is like 4 doors down to me.
You do what I did today, and teachers, you know you do this. You write a note to your teacher bestie, and you send a kid down with that little sticky note, and you say, don't peek at it, and then wait for an answer. That's what you do.
I'm gonna just have a designated cup with a lid on it that secures,
There you go.
and then just take this down to his walker's room, and you'll just know
I'll
what
just
to do with
know.
it.
Yeah.
So that might be what happens.
Yeah.
I'll bring like one of my other insulated cups, and because I have it at my house. I could make it on my way out the door, but
Yeah.
we're already struggling to get out
Oh,
the door.
yeah, I feel you on that one.
So
Well, I've noticed that if I actually take the time to finish getting myself together, like it's either hair or makeup, but one of those two, and like I take time on my outfit and I make myself my coffee,
Yes.
I inevitably forget my child's water bottle.
nice.
So like I have to give and take somewhere. So
Yeah.
my coffee, I'm just gonna make my coffee at work.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have noticed that if I put like the effort into the outfit, I feel better throughout the day,
Oh, okay.
no matter what. So like whether I'm teaching, running errands, like if I feel good about what I look like, I feel good like going out today. Like I feel more prepared about it.
Right. Well, and see, my issue with that is that I need to be prepared when I shop for the clothes that I like.
Yes.
Because I never, like, I pick up bits and pieces.
Yes.
And then I don't have any plan for it. And so then I'm like, well, teachers can wear shoes, so I wear shoes. Teachers can wear dresses that are t-shirts or t-shirt dresses or whatever. So I literally throw everything together and I'm mom bun, done.
Yeah. I feel like I'll get there. This is again only day 3.
Yeah.
So we're still in like the cute little cardigans.
It's adorable.
But also I live by basics. Neutral colors, basic t-shirts, because at Walmart yesterday, $4 a t-shirt. I got like a lavender, a light blue, and I think like a olive green colored
Oh, I
t-shirt.
love olive. Yeah.
And I know that I can throw a chunky cardigan, basic t-shirt with a pair of jeans, a white dressy pant, these black pants that I'm wearing right now. Boom, teacher outfit done.
Yeah.
It's appropriate, it's cute, and it's not.
Well, appropriate
anything-
is number one issue there.
Yeah.
Always need to be appropriate.
Yes.
You know.
And it's not too dressy. My
Right.
office job was like full dresses.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was in heels, dress pants, blouses every day.
Right.
Dresses.
Well,
like,
and
blazers.
for those of you that don't know, her office job was event planning.
Yeah,
So
I did weddings,
it was
I did, like-
fancy.
And we were like higher end events.
Yeah.
Like we were on the more expensive side for event planners.
Yeah.
And that's the type of clientele my boss wanted to like pull in. So she wants
Right.
us to represent obviously her brand
Right.
and the clientele that she wants to bring in. I do still crazily for the time being work for her part-time.
Well, I mean, just like you
But-
said, most teachers have some side hustle or
Yeah.
some side whatever.
Yeah.
And so that's your side hustle.
It is, and
Yeah.
I love it to death. It is
It's good.
my favorite thing to probably do ever.
Yeah.
But I needed to have like dependability and a routine.
Right.
And also big girl decisions like a retirement plan and insurance,
Oh.
which I could not have at my other job.
That brings up perks to teaching. It's
Yes,
like you're
that was-
in the retirement system, you have insurance.
Yes, that was like the biggest, I guess, perk to it
Mm-hmm.
was that I knew I would have insurance and I knew I would have a retirement plan, which like I invest with Edward Jones, which is
Right.
like $50 right now because I'm 23. I don't make money.
Yeah.
And I'm on my mom's insurance, but
Right.
I can only be on her insurance for like another year. So I'm
Yeah.
like, how can I solve this problem now and not panic about it in a 3-month span?
Right.
So,
Right. And I've been with the school board since I was 19.
yeah.
So I actually 18. I was 18 when I first started as their reading tutor, and I got to have my insurance through them. And it's always been good insurance.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like crappy stuff. Like it's good. And I, unpopular opinion here, I think our pay is pretty decent. Like
It's a pay raise for me. Coming from my
Right.
past job, it's a pay raise for me. And
Yeah.
I haven't gotten my like teacher pay. I'm still on like sub pay.
Right,
Because I don't have
provisional
my
sub.
Yeah, because I haven't gotten like my certification. So it's still like it's a little bit of a jump from what I
Right.
was making, but I did also get a raise at the other job, so go me.
awesome.
But still, once I get my teacher's pay on top of having the benefits of it all,
Yeah.
it's still like pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, it's livable.
Yeah.
That's the thing is like I see some of these other jobs or like I personally know people who work like daycares and stuff.
Yes.
They're-
And I used to work one.
Yeah, they're barely making it.
It was rough.
Yeah. And some of those like they have to have certifications, they have to have school.
I had to pay for them.
Yeah. And I mean, yes, to be a teacher, you have to pay for your certifications,
Which
you have to pay for
I
your
100%
license. Yeah. Well, kind of. I think once you have a job as a teacher, and this is just my opinion, but I think once you're working for a school board, they should pay for the renewal of your certification.
The renewal, yes.
Yeah.
I 100% believe for that.
Yeah.
The only thing is usually if a company pays for your like certification stuff, which like I'm 50-50 on, me personally, I wouldn't want to do it because then I would feel stuck.
Oh.
But like if a company pays for like my original certification, you're usually obligated to stay with them for like 3 years, 5 years, or whatever. I personally would not want to do that because like I didn't go to school for teaching. I don't know if I'm gonna like it.
Right.
So like I'm gonna do a year, 6 months, however long like would be a good kind of test the waters phase.
Right.
Before I'm like, okay, this sounds good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm definitely personally advocating for them to start paying for renewals of certifications once we're teaching for them.
I 100% agree with
Yeah.
like the whole renewal process.
Yeah.
Like if I have to renew my stuff and I'm already renewing it for you to continue teaching for you,
Right.
you should pay for it.
Absolutely. It's the least they could do.
So
And then I feel like that would be another perk. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay. So this brings me to our last segment, and this is almost the end. I'm kind of sad, but I'm very thankful that you did this for me. So this is going to be a segment called What I Wish I Knew.
I like it.
So, okay, it's my advice to you and any other speaker or any other listeners
Yes.
who either A, want to be a teacher, are interested in teaching, want to support a teacher. Okay, but any of that, like
Okay.
in that time. Okay, they're my B's and fines. Okay, ready?
Okay.
B, a marigold. Do you know what that means?
No.
Okay, so a long time ago, there was a story circulating on Facebook, I think, where it was like this lady who was teaching, and she felt like just weighed down by some of the oak trees, I think they were, or some sort of tree. So, when a tree is overcast over a certain part of the land, it takes up all the sunlight.
Yeah. So
And
like
then
the roots
anything-
and- yeah.
Anything trying to grow underneath it can't. So what this said was be a marigold and not a tree. So you're not like, you're helping people have sunshine, right?
Yes.
So like be a marigold. Don't hang out with the ones that are oak trees trying to like take your light,
Yeah.
be bright, be vibrant, and like just keep your light, basically.
Yes.
Okay, so that's my B.
Beautiful.
B, the teacher you wish you had.
Yes, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, because I had a lot of teachers that I just feel like, they never identified that I was a child of trauma, that I was going, like, I would hear a lot of teachers say to very outlandish things that, like, now as an adult I know is not okay.
Yeah.
They would say things like, well, parents, discipline in different ways. So, there was never a question to that. So for me, like, obviously, I got into teaching so that I could help protect the babies. Like, that's my number one goal. So, but be the teacher you wish you had. Okay. Be prepared for anything.
Oh, good Lord, ain't that the truth?
And that could be making sure your classroom has a toothbrush and toothpaste. Or it could be like, you never know when you're going to have a kid bust in your room singing to the window. Oh, so, like, be prepared for anything. Okay, now here's my finds. Find your tribe. And this could be your teacher bestie. This could be, oh yeah, I got you, girl. It could be your group of people. It could be your team that you teach with, but always find your tribe. Yes. Like, personally, there's always going to be, like, the trees that try to just, like,
everywhere.
Always. But, like, they're not the ones that you want to be in your tribe, so go find your tribe. And then find the silly moments. So, like, okay, little backstory, or little story, not backstory, but story. Today, the kids were like, I've had a long day. It's just been restless, like, whatever.
Same.
Yeah, I get it. And they asked if I would play calming music for them at the end of the day. So I was like, okay, yeah. So I put on, like, ambient noise, like from Harry Potter or whatever, and I see their eyes start to droop and stuff. So I go back on YouTube and I put Stand By Me, the oldies song, and I start dancing around the room singing Stand By Me, like singing it to them, and they're like, Miss Walker. And I was like,
cut it out.
But by the end of it, the whole class was up dancing and having a brain break. And I think they really needed it. By the time they got to me, they had a full day. They had learned a lot, and they just really needed that silly moment. But they're not going to remember whether I taught them author's perspective or not.
Right.
But they're going to remember that I busted out in a Stand By Me song, and we all danced around the room and sang a song.
Yeah.
So find the silly moments.
Okay.
So that is the end of segment What I Wish I Knew.
So cute.
So, Skylar, you excited for the rest of your journey?
Always.
Oh, that's good. I think I see good things for you.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys, for listening, and we'll be back next week. Find me on Facebook, Instagram. I think I might try out Twitter soon. But anyways, TikTok for sure, and bye.